So I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on what's going on with the car. Obviously the motor's out. We're getting ready for the LS. Just a couple of things I found. Basically what I did is down here I made two cuts at the bottom to pull the motor out. I pulled it out with the entire K-member. Basically what that allowed me to do was basically drop the 4 bolts on the K-member and take the whole assembly and transmission out as a whole. The only thing I really needed to do was take off the wiring harness, disconnect the exhaust and steering shaft on the power steering and the power steering lines. I obviously had to cut the 3 main lines that went across this going to the ABS pump. Those are out of the car right now. Obviously the new car isn't going to have power steering. I have a manual rack here. It's a Flaming River rack. So I knew I was going to have to redo the brake lines by getting rid of all the Hydro Boost stuff. So I'm working on figuring out what I need for that right now. But I do have the new brakes. I have the stuff for the upper suspension. Now this is an LS K-member with essentially it's got nice tubular lower control arms that I can use the stock lowering springs with that I have. Well, the not stock, but the lowering springs and struts and everything. I got caster camber plates. So basically I got to start working on eliminating the Hydro Boost, reworking the brake line so I can do manual conversion, getting that ready. I got the headers over here. Pretty much those are going to be really nice, so I'm kind of still in the process, but I'm going with a lower tubular control mount on this, and that's going to pretty much allow me to take that off if I ever have to slide the motor out with the K-member attached to it. So it was actually really beneficial for just having to pull, for when you're pulling the motor, just to cut that off. It's $100. It's $140 for the lower mount. I'm actually going to go with this as well, the tubular front. Shave some weight off, and it makes, you know, swaps really easy because you don't have to take it out through the top of the car. I didn't want to have to mess with trying to line this hood back up again. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to start making some videos on doing the K-member and getting the brake lines and everything set up and figuring all that out with part numbers and whatnot as I go. But there's piles of stuff. Motor was sold, so it pretty much cost me for the K-member and the steering assembly, and the headers were about $3 grand. So still, I just got to get the brakes and steering figured out. Once that's figured out, I can work on getting the motor in the car and then figuring out what trans I want to go with, which as I go here I'm going to start making videos, but I just want to give an update on what I was doing right now. So that's where we're at.